All right, as far as injuries go, we got a couple COVIDs here. So Darwin Thompson and Winchester, they're both in the COVID protocol. We'll just see how they finish up here. Malik Herring has the ACL. Nick Kaiser, back spasms. Kyle Long with a tibia, making good progress. And that's it. Hitch tweaked his hamstring just a little bit today. Good to get the guys back, man. They had great energy, and we look forward to working with all the new guys up here, a little more condensed work and meeting schedule. So with that, time's yours.
Andy, you mentioned Kyle Long. Do you anticipate him being able to work before you guys leave here? Or is that probably going to have to wait until Kansas City?
Probably when we get back at some point. We'll just see how he does here. Very similar to what Sorensen had a couple years ago in camp.
Hey, Coach. How did you handle the heat today? I mean, first day, everybody's trying to get acclimated. Anything special you guys did?
Yeah, so listen, our trainers do a great job. Make sure the guys are hydrated. They test them prior to and after and then we continue to give them water breaks during practice. And even if it's in between, even if it's during a series, we get to X number of plays, guys, they'll run in and give them a little water.
Realizing it's the first day, what did Trey Smith show you in the offseason to earn this first crack here today?
Yeah, well, it was consistency. I mean, he had done a nice job. I mean, not that it's 100% perfect, young guy, but he showed enough to legitimately be in that position for right now. And then he's got to compete. So we'll see how all that goes when we get the pads on. Yes, sir.
We just had in the Olympics a young lady who was very talented. The pressure got to her. And, you guys have now set such an expectation, back-to-back Super Bowls, 3 straight conference championships. Do you notice that? Is that something you have to focus on differently because of the pressure that's on you guys with all your past success?
Yeah, so, listen, the league does a great job of talking about that with us. They've got films that we went through yesterday with it, actually. And then we keep a close eye on it. We've got Dr. T here who's full-time staff, and he meets with every player throughout the year. So, and his door is always open. So we keep that. Nobody's too big not to step up and say, listen, I got a problem. We've all got them. My hat goes off to that young lady, man. She's a beast, a stud, absolutely. So, and she'll be better for it when it's all said and done, and that's the most important thing.
Real quick. Two questions here about one of your former players and one of your assistant coaches, Eugene Chung. What was your reaction to the first question? What was your reaction to all the news about him being allegedly told he's not the right minority?
Yeah. So listen, I'm a big Eugene Chung fan. So I think he's brilliant. And he's a good football coach. He did a nice job of helping Doug get a Super Bowl trophy. And he's real. I mean, he's going to say what he says, and we're in this right now, and we got to get through it, and everybody's got to pick it up together. So there's been a lot on the topic of racism, and I always feel blessed to be in the National Football League where it doesn't matter. You come together and you play. And I'd probably say the next thing like that is war. I mean, you really don't care who's in the foxhole. You're just going to make sure that you guys are all working together for a cause. And that's where we need to get as a country. And I think that's probably what Eugene was saying. Listen, let's just bring it together. It doesn't matter what color you are. Let's bring it together. We all have our issues. And but let's work through it.
My second question, Coach. Reference Chung, I had a chance to talk to him on Monday, and he said that
to who? I'm sorry.
To Eugene.
Yeah.
And he had mentioned that he had heard from a few head coaches around the league, and he specifically mentioned you. You offered him some support. Why was it important for you to reach out to him in light of all this?
Yeah, well, Eugene's one of my guys. I mean, Eugene played for me and coached for me, and so we talk all the time. And it's not always about that. I mean, that's one of the things we talk about. But listen, he was put on the spot a bit out there, and he said what he said, and he was real with it. And so, people take different sides and how they approach it. But I think he's bringing light to it, and that can be positive in the long haul.
Okay, we're going to just go around the room here, so I got the people who need to ask.
Coach spoke with Orlando a few days ago. He said in the offseason he was watching film of guys like King Dunlap, Trey Thomas, John Runyon, guys you'd coached years ago. What's that mean to you when you hear that?
Yeah, well, he loves the game, and so he goes back and he studies. It's impressive to do that. but it gives him an idea of how we roll here. And he's blessed to have a great coach in Andy Heck, who played 14 years in the National Football League. So he's got that firsthand experience at his position. So he's in a good spot right now. He knows that, and he's willing to work. That's what it tells me. He's willing to cover all the bases as he goes.
Nate? And you got some new guys on the defense. Just what do you want to see these first few days, even before you put the pads on?
Yeah, you know what, Nate? Defense, offense, as a team, we got to come together, right? That's why we're up here, and we've got new faces. That's what's so unique about the National Football. Every year is different, and so you build this thing. This is the foundation of it, and you kind of work from here. So I expect to see that from the defensive side, just like the offensive side. Let's get to know each other, know the man next to you, know his job and responsibility, and everybody else's job and responsibility, and most of all, your job and responsibility. Let's go play.
Andy, Willie Gay was pretty impressive out there today. Just for all those second-year guys, to see them in the training camp, you feel like the development's just really coming to a head now, and you can see them being more confident. You having the confidence in them?
Yeah, Willie, it's just what you said. He's more comfortable in the defense, the scheme. And he's worked very hard at that. So we look for good things from Willie.
Coach, last year your offense was top of the league in almost every category but two, rushing and red zone. How are those two in your mind related, and what's the key to this season to both of those metrics changing? Yeah,
there are a bunch of areas we can get better at. I mean, those are a couple spots that we can work on, which we have in the offseason. We'll continue to do that here. So do they work hand in hand? Well, balance, being able to do either or when you want to do them against whatever mismatch that you can create is the important thing.
Coach, I remember one year you said every year's different. Every year's different. When you come out day one this year, what were you looking for? What did you want to see from this team, and what did you see?
Yeah, you want to see execution, especially before you get pads on. One install is in. Let's see execution. Whether it's the shifts, the motions, the snap count. Let's see that. Let's make sure we're not going backwards and we're going forward. Let's stay on side on the defensive side when the snap count's a little bit longer than the first sound. So. And then assignment football on the back end.
Andy, along those lines, is there a portion of camp you're looking forward to this year, maybe a drill, maybe a tradition you're getting back to this year that you weren't able to do last year?
I always get fired up with the 7-man sled, breaking it out, first day of pads, a little old school football, and then we go from there.
Andy, what, if anything, have you seen from Mecole Hardman that would lead you to believe he's ready for a bigger workload, if that's what you guys choose to do with him this year?
Yeah, I like McColl's work that he put in this offseason, the way he handled himself. I like the way he came out today and what he did here. I look for good things from him.
And I'm not sure how much you can judge us based on one day, but the mentality that the team has as a whole, I mean, do you want sort of consistency, or does every group sort of take on its own life in that sense?
Well, no, I mean, you want consistency. I mean, that's if you're taking steps back, that's a problem. So you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. That becomes a problem.
Did you notice that with this group, the similar mentality that they came into camp with last year?
Yeah, yes, I do. I mean, there's a certain foundation that's been built over time here, and you bank on that. Yeah.
It's kind of a follow-up to what Adam asked about Mecole Hardman. When he spoke to the media a couple days ago, he was talking about the work he did, but he said that he didn't get a chance to sync up with Patrick Mahomes, that kind of a buzz with the fans. How important is it, or maybe is it overrated, the idea of those guys getting those reps in the offseason where they go work together?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's important. He'll keep getting better as he goes here. This will be a big camp for him, so, yeah.
Last one, Nate.
Tyrann Mathieu entering the final year of his deal. Contract negotiations, I'm sure, are happening right now. Just what are you trying to tell Tyrann about this season and obviously the future beyond?
Yeah, he knows. He said it when he came here. I just want to play, and that's where he's at. He loves it here. He just wants to play.
All right,
Yep.
thank you.
Good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.